Okay, so I will introduce you. This is Erin Mayer. She is actually my personally sponsored. I am her personally sponsored coach. I came in because she invited me. So I wanted her to come in here and talk to you guys a little bit about her story and how she got into the business, because it's different than mine. And I love her story. So
Oh, thank you. Hey, everybody. So excited that you're checking out this sneak peek and learning about the opportunity because I will share with you, but there are hundreds of people this has changed their lives, thousands of people, and it's an amazing opportunity to not only work on your personal health and fitness journey, but start a lucrative side business as you go along with it because you might as well get paid to be healthy. That's my thought. So Kelly, what do you have for me?
all right, so I have three questions for you.
Okay.
First
Okay.
question is, how did you get into coaching?
My story it's kind of interesting, and I'm going to try to not make this too long because I love to talk, especially when I'm passionate about something like this. So I started almost 5 years ago. I was working full-time at Olive Garden, so I was a general manager for Olive Garden restaurant. I worked for them for 12 years, and literally that's what I was going to do forever. I was going to be in Darden restaurants through and through until I retired because I loved working with people. I never wanted to be at a desk job. And with my husband's field that he's in construction, unfortunately, he'd been laid off a few times. So my income was a consistent salary that we needed and health insurance that we needed. So I was dragging. I was working about 50, 60 hours a week at the restaurant. I had moved in. My husband and I sold our house in Plymouth, Massachusetts. We pretty much sold just breaking even and moved in with my mom and dad and with our three children. And we're building our forever home because my husband's in construction. So we could do a little bit cheaper because we were really struggling in debt. So we could do it a little bit cheaper if we did it on our own. And I was running on empty all the time, working late nights, getting up first thing in the morning with the kids. I was exhausted. I'm about 5'2", and that might be rounding up a bit. And I was just shy of 200 pounds. And between working at the restaurant, trying to keep up with the kids, trying to keep up with our schedule, literally my relationship with Matt was sitting on opposite ends of the couch because we were like too tired to interact with each other. And I needed a change. I needed to do something different in my life. And it just happened to be that a girl I went to high school with, Erin, was posting online and all this stuff about her workouts, and she looked so great. So I started liking and commenting on her posts, and she invited me to a challenge group. I had no idea what it was. I don't know what a challenge group was. I heard free. She said, "You want to join a free group?" And I was like, I am sold because I needed something. And she asked me questions. She gave me an opportunity to find a solution. She recommended a program for me to do that was only 25 minutes long. And because I was working so much and my hours were opposite of Matt, so we were basically single parents on separate shifts with our kids. And she offered me some like bag of Shakeology. I didn't know. It was some like magic powder. She said I could get a 30-day money back guarantee, Kelly. And I was like, why not? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And it really just grew from there, honestly. And working on my own journey. And then the funny story is that I had no intention to be a coach. I was working way too much. I was trying to figure out my own health and fitness journey. I didn't understand what coaching was. To tell you the truth, I don't even think I realized Taryn made any money off of the package I bought. I just thought she was nice, help me out. Because she was. She realistically changed my life. So anyways, there was one day I remember I was in my parents' living room and I just finished my workout. And I was in this accountability group where you're supposed to post a picture of your workout, your DVD, your sneakers or something. And I was brave enough for the first time to post a sweaty selfie of myself. I was wearing a shamrock green Minion t-shirt. My hair was crazy. Like I looked like a nut. But I was posting it in this private group, I thought. And I accidentally posted this image on my personal page on Facebook. And my phone started blowing up, and people were liking and commenting that I knew were not in the challenge group, and I freaked out. I tried to delete it. I didn't know how to delete it. I knew nothing about Facebook. But what happened is basically it grew from there, that people started asking me what I was doing. They saw a change in me. And that's when I started sending clients to Taryn and was like, hey, I have friends that want to sign up. And she's just like, Erin, you can get paid for this. Why not do it with me? And that's what I did. I said, well, might as well get my shakes paid for and see what happens. And I'm still here.
I'm still here. I do love that story, because I feel like all of us at one point have done that. We have accidentally thought we were posting in this private group, and we posted, I've done it, and it was surprising when you figure it out. So, but awesome way to start.
Yeah, it surprised me. Let's just say that, the support.
All right. So, when you were starting, when Taryn came and asked you, like, why don't you join me? What were the things that you questioned about? What were you concerned about before you started?
I was concerned if it was a pyramid scheme, because I didn't know what a pyramid scheme was, but I just knew that they were bad. And the idea of, network marketing, I didn't grasp it. So I just jumped to the conclusions it's probably a pyramid scheme and too good to be true. And time. Like I said, we were building our house and physically building, like painting the walls ourselves. We unloaded the window delivery ourselves, like we did it all, plus our opposite schedules. How could I find time to be a coach? And if I could be a coach, would I have enough time to actually take care of, support, and encourage my clients? And that's what I was concerned about. And I remember Matt and I listening to a voice recording, because they didn't have anything fancy like this then, just a random voice recording from a coach talking about the business opportunity. And she said it very simply. You can live your life through TV shows at night, like The Bachelor or Bachelorette, or you can prioritize things and say, you know what? This show is really not doing anything for me today, and it's not going to help me in my future for tomorrow. So why don't I cut out a 30-minute TV show that truly does nothing for me and instead build a better future for my family? And I was like, that's what I'm going to do. And as far as the pyramid thing, and I actually researched what a pyramid was, I thought about it. Darden Restaurants is the same kind of business structure. We all feed each other up. And you have to do the work to get the return from it. It's not just sitting back on a chair and be like, oh, I'm going to make money just because I signed up. There's work to it, but it's simple work. So, yeah.
Yeah, I had similar. I didn't know what a pyramid scheme was either when I started. I had to Google it. So, but when you Google it, then you know, and then it's not that. So,
yep.
All right. Last question. What has coaching done for you personally, in your personal life and financially?
Coaching has changed our lives, our kids' lives completely. Like I said, I was working full time at the restaurant. I missed first days of school when I was at the restaurant. I wasn't home when Tristan said her first words. I got to hear about it from somebody else. I got to hear about Tenley's first steps from someone else. I've missed after school activities. I've missed plays. I've missed musicals. I've missed so many things, like softball games. I've missed them. The two older girls used to twirl, and every 4th of July they were in a parade. And that was the only time you could watch them perform, was in this parade, because you couldn't go in this like closed off room because there's a big wall and they don't want the parents to see. And every year, 3 years in a row, I missed them perform in this parade. And, that's just one big piece of it, but probably was the most important piece for me, is when I realized I wanted to do this and I wanted to do this for my family. And when I made the decision, because originally it was just to pay for my shakes, and then it was to help us get out of debt. And, you know, we paid off Matt's truck. We paid off our college loans, all because of Team Beachbody. We were able to take our family to Disney. And again, income is not guaranteed. You got to do the work. But I think the thing that I've been most grateful for is how it's changed things for my family and us being together. Like this year right now, our 3 older girls, 5, almost 9, and 10-year-old, they're all playing softball. And they're all playing softball on 3 different teams. Matt's coaching 2 teams. I'm coaching 1 team. We would have never been able to do that and have these memories that will last our kids' lives forever if it wasn't for this opportunity.
So the one piece you missed saying is that you were able to leave that restaurant job.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know that because I know you.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of important.
That's where all the time came from.
Yes, I quit my job. I was able to walk away from Olive Garden completely.
It was amazing. Amazing.
And that was pretty sweet. I went to, they have an annual conference with Beachbody, and I went July, not last year, so it was the year before, 2017. And I remember coming home and sitting next to Matt on the couch, and he's like, "How was Summit?" And I didn't want to like verbal vomit how excited I was. And so I was just like totally like chill about this whole event that I went to. And he's like, "No, really, how was it?" And I remember sitting next to him, telling him on the flight home, I envisioned my goal would be that I would never have to see him look at our checkbook again and wonder where's the money going to come from. And that left him speechless. And he's like, of all the things you could think about as a goal, that's what you want. And I said, yep, I don't want to have to look at you, look at the checkbook and think, how can we move it around? How can we make it work? And a month later is when I gave my notice.
Awesome.
So
crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you first started Beachbody, you never would have thought you could leave your job. I mean, it's crazy. Awesome. I can remember when you did it, it was like, what? So excited.
Yeah. And to think, like I said, I was the one who had the health insurance. I was the one who had the consistent job. And this opportunity has changed so much for us. And there's like no looking back. Like, I don't need to go back to work. This is, and what I think I love the most for Beachbody is they're ever evolving. So I'm very business oriented and very business driven and about numbers and understanding that you have to stay ahead of the times. And Beachbody has consistently done that. So whenever somebody says to me, oh, I've done Beachbody before, like 4 years ago, it's totally different. Everything's adjusted. Everything's changed to stay ahead of whatever their trends are. And they are so smart in how they do it that for me, I never worry whether or not we're going to fade out because literally they're on it. Mm-hmm. So,
and health and fitness has always been something people need. I mean, we physically need it in our lives forever. That's not a fad. It will never go away. We always need to be healthy and fit. So yeah, I feel the same way. All right. Well, that was it. Thank you so much for doing this for this event. And I hope everyone enjoyed that and enjoyed meeting you. And have a good night.
Thank you. Bye, guys.